Hey, Savanah here for LondonFUSE with Jason McLean, and we are in your home studio. Thanks for having us in your space today.
Yeah, no, I've been here. It's kind of a bit of like a jumbled mess a little bit, but there's like a little bit of order. But like I've been living in London for 2.5 months, so we've slowly been settling in. I have a lot of stuff up on the walls, like some of it's a little older, and there's a couple newer pieces that aren't quite finished. Like certain pieces, like this piece here, like this was like about 6 years old because I was made when my son was born. Or right before he was born, a few days before he was born, or after he was born, I can't remember. But it was like about the stork bringing him, and like, man, we were just talking about it earlier, and like I was saying, like my former art dealer in Vancouver, Tracy Lawrence Gowrie, she refused to sell the piece because she thought it was too personal, and it was kind of nice to have it still. Like I do stuff about day-to-day life and various things, and some people find that interesting, and some people that know me really well like probably don't find that interesting. But there's lots of stuff about everyday adventures, especially like after school with the kids and various things. This was I used to show with a gallery in Santa Monica and Los Angeles area, and Richard Heller Gallery, and they sat on this piece for a while and like didn't move it, and like it got tucked away for a while. Some pieces really talk about like certain time periods in my life and like little bits that was going on at the time, and like I'll see a piece that's at like a collector's house or like at a museum or a gallery or a flea market and I'd be like, oh yeah, that was going on in my life. That's when like I broke down and I was like crying and beating the floor because I was so stressed out. These are all different books I made, and some are collaborative. It's over a 15-year period, and this is important. This is important to me as the drawing, even though the drawings that like would pay the bills in some ways. But like some of these books like are published in Switzerland, some are just photocopied. One of the things I like by living here, and I knew that would happen when I moved here, you feel more optimistic about these little accomplishments you can do, you know, like you appreciate the things that are the effort people are trying to make, even though sometimes you end up maybe losing energy and giving up because the community just doesn't get you. But then you're like, well, I'm trying, and like I'm trying to make my little dent. There's a certain sense of community trying to make things better. Absolutely. And sometimes in the larger centers, especially in Canada that I've lived in, like just the two other centers I've lived in pretty much, like Vancouver and Toronto, there's so much going on. I think I mentioned this at the Hue display case, that you almost don't get excited by these little things. I've been like kind of excited by some of the energy here, and like I have to make sure I don't get too community minded and want to stay more on an international focus mixed in with a local focus. If I can get some of the stuff from other centers to come here and do things, just because there is a really strong community here. Some people are starting to know that in certain circles. Like, you know, there's even certain circles in like, not like New York City's like the center of the world or anything, but like there's little pockets there where they know of certain things going on in London, Ontario. Even like in Sweden, when I'm doing my show in Malmö, like they know of London, Ontario drawers. And like London, Ontario doesn't know about London, Ontario drawers, but Malmö, Sweden does in certain circles, you know, like, you know, and none of those artists that show here have representation here. Since I've moved here, I don't see the presence of that role, that school as much in the art programs. I haven't met a single BL art student since I arrived here. Maybe it's the age thing, but I've been meeting a lot of Western students and a few Fanshawe students, not too many Fanshawe students, because that was such a key thing for me and like sending me in my direction, like realizing that this is what I want to do with my life. Because I'm really not, like it's kind of funny to joke about it, but I'm not very good at doing other things. And certain aspects of my art practice I'm not good at doing. Like I'm not good at writing an email response back to something and being critical, or like writing an artist statement. I don't know, like it's hard to be this well-rounded person, like, and you're supposed to be good at talking and lecturing and like, you know, organizing and like the whole aspect of being an artist. There's a lot of pressure on you to be this well-rounded public figure, you know, and it's like some people are just good at making the work, you know. You get talking all about yourself and think what you're doing is kind of really important, you know, and like there's other things to life than art or, you know, interviews, you know, like it's nice to go for a bike ride or garden or go for a walk or something and like just have an off switch on your body, you know. It's a very good place to be in here right now, and like I think it's a good time period, and like I don't know, we're having a really good time, so